So let me.
Yeah, the host.
Right. So I'm going to remove, let me see if I can also hide. Let's hide this out of the way. Okay. So this is a table. I'm going to convert it to just a data range now. So out of the table mode. So I'll come to table design, and under table design here, where I've got tools, I'm saying convert it back to range. Okay, I don't want it as a table anymore. So convert to range. And it's asking me, do you want to convert this table to a normal range? Yes. So it's no longer, in that table, we've got the color, the design, but it's no longer a table. Now to make it a table, I'm picking my cell, all of the data that I've got, all of it. Then straight away, I'm doing Control T. Okay. So I clicked Control and T. That's how the shortcut for converting to table, T for table, so Control T. And it brought this dialog box, and I'll say, okay. If I don't want to use Control T, again, let's go back and convert it back. There's different ways to do that, So we're back to the cell range cell range. So I've picked the whole table, and I'll come here to do insert, and I'll pick table here. And immediately I was on here, you see, it's already telling me the shortcut in bracket. Control T is the shortcut. And those are the two ways to convert to table or get it back to range where it's not in a table format. Is that clear to all of us? We can move on.
Yeah, that is clear.
Yeah. Okay. So then, because this is what we want to achieve, let's keep coming back this way to see what has been done. I'm very sure the last time we already changed our yeah, we did change. Oh, we didn't. Okay. So then we want to look at our data type. Okay. So for order ID, I want it to be seen as ID. I want my date to be seen as date. You see, when I'm clicking on each one, on here, this is where the data types are. It's saying general. Do I want it to be general? For other IDs, I mean, this looks like number, but actually it's not number. It's unique to each person. Numbers are characters that you can aggregate, meaning you can add them, you can subtract them, you can do mathematical functions on them. Those are numbers. But where that's not possible, that is not a number anymore. And that is why my IDs, I prefer to convert them to text. So I can only count how many there are. I can't be adding this together. So I'm going to pick the whole of that, Control Shift down to pick all of the data range there in that column. And I'll come here to convert it to text. We can see the different data types there. I think we've discussed that before. So I'm saying convert this to text for me. And normally text are supposed to be aligned to your left. So it's not doing that right now. I'm going to force it here to align it to the left. Okay. Now, if I click on dates, okay, date is seen as date, so which is fine. And it's aligned the right way as well. So I'm fine with this because it's showing it to me as dates on here. And this is text. So my price, which is money, is seen as general. I'm not happy with that, so I'm going to pick that as well. And I'm going to say currency. Okay, so now it's saying it as currency. If I don't want to use currency, maybe because I don't want the pound sign or for whatever reason, I can use number. Okay, it's not too different in my own view. But yeah, that the choice is yours, whatever you do there. Quantity here is also seen as number. We can see it here. So that is fine. Now, this number should be aligned to the right. I don't know why it's making it centered. Maybe that's the way it was just conditioned. So normally numbers are aligned right and text are aligned left, data also aligned left. I mean, for text, anything that's text, I'm happy to leave it as general. It doesn't affect anything. This is text, but if you want to change it to text, if not general, stay fine for that, you know, and you can keep aligning. Let's see what happened with the clean data. Did they align? Yes, they did align the other ID, the date, this one, but they left this as centered. So maybe it doesn't necessarily matter, but it's good to see it, to see things the way they should actually be in concept, you know. So, and that's why I'm going to force that on the left. It just makes the presentation of your work more meaningful if it's not, you know, doing different things when it should all be, when they should all be conforming to the same principle, so to say. I don't know why, but okay, it's saying it's aligned left. That's fine, I'll leave that as that. And city, text, or general, that is fine. Okay, so we've done that bit. We're getting there gradually. And I see revenue. If we click on this, we see that a formula has been applied, and that is that price was multiplied by quantity. And that's how they form their revenue. But before we get to that, because that seems to be that's the last column, before we get to that, I see that some transformation was done to city here. In our data, we don't have country, but now they have it. So we just have city. How do we achieve that? There is a function under data. So if I come here, data, under data types here in this section, if I scroll down, we've got something called geography, you know. So I want you to convert city to geography for me, and it showed. Okay, so it's converted that to geography for me. Let me see if so if you've done a function on the first row and you want it to be applied down, straight down, you can either, so you bring your cursor to the corner here until you see that plus sign. Okay, so you can double click. Let's see if it works in this case. Okay, so that's not right because it converted everything to London. So I'm going to undo what I just did now, Control Z. Okay, and I'll undo again, Control Z. Okay, so such that if I pick all of them together so I'm going to pick everything and do that again. So geography. So it's converted them all now. So, which means we are seeing it's sort of gone on to connect to the web. And if we come to this plus sign here with a kind of add column, we can get more information because now we are connected to the web through this city. So if we click on here, there's a lot of functions, a lot of additional information that we can get. We can get the abbreviation for all of these cities, admin division, area, the country, the region, country or region, households, you know, latitude, leaders, you know. So population, you know, it would bring the live, you know, information on them for us. In our own case, our clean data has got just the country, I believe. Yeah, it's just the country. So we need just the country. And we are going to choose the the country, I think, yeah, that one. Okay, and it's gone on to tell us London is UK, Madrid is Spain, you know, and so on and so forth. If your analysis would have needed maybe population, okay, we'll just go on clicking and we'll add a population to it. You know, there is already data here. Do you want to replace it? If I click OK, why is it? Okay. And so I don't want to replace anything. I want it added. So let's do that again. Population. Okay, so it's trying to insert the data where there is already data. Let me see if I, okay. Okay, in the end, it did what it should have done without querying me. Okay, so we see this is about 9 million, you know, and that should be correct because it's live data. Okay, so, but I won't do that because it's not very applicable. I was just, you know, trying to show that that is possible to achieve. Okay, any question at this point? Can you still hear me?
Yes, you can.
Okay. I thought I was already have been thrown out by my network. Is what I'm showing clear to us, or do I need to repeat anything?
Please repeat what you did last.
Okay. If we, is it clear up to country, or should we do that bit again?
Yes, how you created the country region.
Okay. Okay, so I'm just going to, let's delete this. Okay. Delete this as well. Okay. So we had our city already, but we went on to connect it to the web. We picked the whole column and we came under data. And under here, it says stocks. If you wanted something to do with stocks, that would be it. Currencies, yes. But in our own case, we are dealing with geography. So we chose geography. And we got, you know, this side, something like a show card. And it also brought this extra thing on top here where we can get extra information. So all we just did was click this, look through the information that we need. And in our own case, we don't need the area, we don't need households and stuff like that. We just need country/region. And we click on that. And it's telling me this. So I'm just going to OK that. And it brings the country to us. Okay. So, and if you need more, you know, more information concerning it, you just need to click that side bit there, that top right bit, and look through the information here. You know, if you want the time zone, their population, abbreviation for them, you know, you'll get it from that corner. That's how we did that. Okay.
So sorry, is this on Excel or Power BI?
This is Excel.
Wow.
Yeah, no, Excel is really advanced now. Excel has got Power Query, it's got data modeling. That's why Excel is not going anywhere anytime soon. So anyone that's really good in it would always get a job. No matter how they bring all the power, whatever of this world, Excel has come to stay, you know. So after country, we got, we have all of these other ones. We've got payment method manager. It's just the revenue remaining, I believe. Let me see. Yes, it's just the revenue. And what I'm going to do, because I don't want to put the revenue on the extreme end here, I'm going to insert our own revenue somewhere here so that it's within the table. So I'm inserting extra column here. So I just clicked on there, right clicked and inserted. If I want to delete, click on there and delete, and I will take that off. But I want an extra column here. So I click on insert, and this is where I'm going to put our revenue, okay? And if we look at the revenue, it's just that this bit was multiplied by this bit, okay? So, and yeah, that's how we know. Clicked on that and we can see the formula that was used in the formula bar. Okay, so I'm going to come here. So before you start a formula in Excel, you need your equal to sign. So I'm going to say equal to, and then I'll click this first bit, that the first row of the data there, times is shift 8. The asterisk sign is what we use for multiplication. So multiplied by, then we click here and I enter that. So I press enter, and it's filled it all down straight away. Sometimes it just does the first line and you will need to fill the rest down by just coming here and double clicking or dragging down if you want, whichever one works for you. So let's see if what they have 2000. This says 2003. So it's just a matter of rounding, I believe. Let's see. So times this. All that was done is price times quantity, which is just these two. So yeah, I believe it's just a matter of rounding. Am I looking at the same thing? Price 3.49 times 573.07. 3.49 times 574. So it was rounded here, 574. But we've got 573.07. You see, so that would account for the difference, between the two. So it's every form of rounding has got its own. If someone can use a calculator to work this first one out for us, let's see if that is really right, if we should rely on the answer that we get. And again, that is one practice that we must hold on to. We can't really say because it's the computer that's working it out. You've got to always validate that it's actually right, because I'm looking at all of this, I'm looking at 0.00 all through, and I'm not very confident with that answer. So I'll go on to check with the calculator just to be sure that I'm looking.
Yeah, the first one with the calculator is giving 2000.0143. So I think it's correct.
Okay, but when
yes,
you say
2000.
I think maybe we should check the column, check under the accounting whatever bar now.
Right.
Like, there's something wrong with that. There's a rounding up kind of
that I agree with you. There's a kind of rounding that's not right, that has been put in there somewhere. Let's see. So I'll come back to home. And well, this was used as number. This was also used as number. Let's see. Where do we check for the rounding bits now? We need help. Anyone can help? Because I've got this as 2 decimal places already. Let me see if we can go into more number format, see what's happening there. Yeah, 2 decimal places and it's number. So if the calculator is bringing this as 2000.014 something, I'm supposed to be seeing 2000.01 at least here, not 0.00, So that is what about the second one? What does the second one say?
Yeah, 1 minute. That's 2.9.
That's 2199.992, I guess.
So I won't
Oh,
really rely on this, to be honest. Let's redo it. I'm going to.
Really, what did you get? Me, I'm getting 2226.
Okay.
Is it me? 2.95 times 7. Oh, okay, sorry. I did 7.547.745. Sorry.
Okay. So let me come back here. We go back to the basics.
Yeah, 2.199.
And okay, so we've got that. It's 2 decimal places. Yes. Okay. So that is right. And I believe this would be right as well. So yes, that is also correct. So it shouldn't be giving 0.00 all through. Okay, we start again. So equals this multiplied by this. Okay. Okay, so it's removed the decimal places now. I want to go and tell, oh, no. I want to go and tell it to put the decimal places to 2, and let's see what happens. So it says 0 here, decimal places, and I'm going to increase it to 2. Let's see if that changes anything. Okay. So it's still bringing this. So something is not right with some settings here. It shouldn't be bringing this. The only other thing I'm thinking about is, should we change this to maybe accounting and see if that change, or currency instead of number, and see if that changes anything. Not that I think it will, but it's worth trying. Okay. It's still the same thing. So I don't know where to trace that error to. It might be something that we want to go and research.
Sister Deb, I think what is summing it up, like the third one now, that's supposed to be 499 times the 200. Is meant to be 999.
Instead of 1,000.
Yes. So that applies to the first two. So it's like summing them up.
It's rounding to the nearest.
Yeah. Okay. So that's
what
is happening.
Yes, that's what somebody did say earlier. So this is where we go into our setting, look for the rounding, that has been set into this Excel worksheet. It's been set to round it to the nearest, maybe the nearest 10 or the nearest 100, rather than decimal places. That's why the decimal places we've been using is not really applicable. And it will be good to go look for how to override that. Maybe we'll make that our assignment, for tomorrow, and then we can bring that in tomorrow, and and bring the answer in and see how we can rectify that. To the best of my knowledge, I think we have succeeded in making our raw data table, which was like this first one.
What about the names? And
okay,
those names still need a bit of cleaning up because they're not straight. They're not
this one. I actually did I did align them. See, I don't know why that is being stubborn, to be honest. I did let me see, actually. See, it's supposed to be one space. So this is where, okay, well done for spotting that. The problem, because I aligned them, but the problem is, look at that, this should be name and then just one space bar and Jackson, but we've got so much space, you know. So if I count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and you see, it's so easy to overlook that. That looks not right, but my brain's not even picking that. You know, that is something I want to look at and rectify. And it looks so subtle, but it would mess up a lot of things, you know, if one's not careful. Let's look at the second one. Look at Pablo. Pablo is starting, look at how much space.
Spaces in front.
Exactly. That's why it was not conforming to. So in this case, how we normally remove extra spaces. If this was Power BI, you would just click on trim one button and it's done. But for Excel, I'm going to create a new column and we'll use equals trim. It's still trim that we would do, you know, but equals trim to remove any unwanted space. So, and I'll pick that, close the bracket and, okay. And it's going to rectify that for us. So the trim function is for removing any unwanted, you know, spaces. Well done for you know, picking that. But the thing is, I don't want to leave equals trim. I don't want to leave a formula in my, you know, in my work. One, you don't want to, you know, let them know this is what you used, because you might be working yourself out of work if they don't need you anymore, if they can do it themselves, you know. So that is one reason. The other reason is it just doesn't look nice. Let's see if they removed. Yes, they did remove. They didn't leave any formula in here as well. So what do we do? How do we do that bit? We go on to, so I'm going to create an extra space column in here where I'm going to copy. So let's copy. There's a way to pick a table here like that. This way, I'm just going to pick where I have data. Okay, so I'm going to Control-C that I'm copying, but I'm not going to paste right away. I'm going to use the paste special option, you know. So I'll come here, right click. Under the paste options, this is the first one that we are very used to, but that's not what we want. We want to paste values. If we use the first one, it will still paste, it will bring the formula along, and we don't want that formula, you know. So I'll say paste values. I just want you to paste the value for me. So that way, if I'm clicking on this now, I've gotten rid of the formula that, you know, gave us the answer. But here, the formula is still there, you know. So I can then come here and delete that, you know, and also delete this bit because it's no longer useful. And we can name that manager. Okay. And that solves that problem. Is there any more problem we notice with this data set? Do we think we are done with it? We got it from this point. We said we want to achieve this. And I think we have achieved this. I think we have done most of it.
Well, I can't remember exactly where we are going to, but for the sake of whatever, the quantity, maybe we should just remove the currency notes, the notation. We are still fine with the pounds on the price, but the quantity will not be in currency. So,
oh, sorry.
We're trying to do that as a result of what we're trying to achieve. But
that's spotted, quantity, currency, imagine. Oh my goodness. Interesting. But yeah, quantity is just number, not currency. I think some of us like pounds too much. Thanks for spotting that. Any more work to be done on here? Do we agree that we have achieved this clean data on here? let's all unmute and answer if you agree, please, so that we can move on with this for tomorrow. Do we agree that this is all set for the next analysis?
Yes, we are.
Thank you. So our
Yes.
next bit, and that will be tomorrow, God spare us all, is we've got somewhere where we've got cost somewhere there. I don't see it on our data, but there's a cost here. So we can always walk around finding the profits and then, just doing some charts. So Thursday, Friday, maybe we'll use to achieve that and, bring out some recommendations that we want to give to our stakeholders on this particular data set. On this note, let me stop sharing.
But tomorrow, can we also add how to input the percentage? That if you want to calculate in percentage.